hedonic well-being or feeling good aspect of well-being is what we call the broaden and build theory. According to this, positive emotions tend to broaden our thought and action repertoire. And also, when we have a broader thought action repertoire, we tend to build our resources. And then these resources can, such as social support, social skills, resilience, and knowledge, this could help us improve our health, do well to survive, and also fulfill our goals or expectations. What does it mean to have a broader thought action repertoire? So, for example, when you are solving problems, there are many possibilities for the solutions that you could think of. That is a way of saying that you are actually having a broadened perspective. According to the proponents of this theory, when we feel positive emotions, we tend to have this broadened perspective. Okay, for example, joy. When we feel joy, when we do problem solving, we're able to think of more possible solutions, and then we are able to develop our problem solving skills, that is developing our resources. So according to Barbara Fredrickson, positive people are able to maintain a broader perspective and see the big picture, which helps them to identify solutions, whereas negative people maintain a narrower perspective and tend to focus on problems. Well, I don't especially like label people as positive or negative. Maybe she is referring to the positive or negative emotions that people experience. So the more we experience positive emotions, according to her, the broader is the perspective that we tend to adopt or assume. So when you meet people who seem to have a broad mindset, a broader mindset, who could seemingly understand many aspects of our experiences, this could be those people who are experiencing more positive emotions than negative emotions. What about functioning well? What do we have in the literature? Carol Reef, who is one of the earlier researchers who have defined psychological well-being or hedonic well-being, she identified the key components of well-being. These are personal growth, positive relationships, purpose in life, environmental mastery, autonomy, and self-acceptance. What is the meaning of all of this? According to Carol Reef, for someone to be considered as functioning well, there must be that sense of continued growth and development as a person. We must feel that we're growing and we are learning. If we feel stagnant, we're going to have lower level of well-being. The next one is about having positive and warm relationship with others. It's very important in our well-being. The other one is self-acceptance, positive evaluations of ourselves. It's also important in psychological well-being. And one of the less studied area is the idea of meaning and purpose. We tend to have higher levels of well-being, psychological well-being in particular, when we find our lives meaningful, significant, and impactful, when we have a sense of coherence in our lives. We also have higher levels of well-being, experience higher levels of well-being when we are able to manage effectively our life and our environment. For example, at work, if you feel that you're capable of doing the assigned tasks that are given by your bosses or supervisors, that means you have environmental mastery. When you don't feel capable, then that's the time when you feel, oh, I don't feel good, right? The last one is having this kind of self-determination or sense of autonomy. When our bosses tend to dictate everything that we do, we will have lower sense of autonomy. Okay, we want to be the one to, decide what are we going to do, or we have some kind of say in the things that we do. We experience higher level of psychological well-being. That's the Carol Reef conceptualization. Another conceptualization, a slightly different one, was presented by Martin Seligman. Here is the PERMA model. You could see that there are some elements that are not here. So, for example, sense of personal growth, also mastery of the environment. But we have here some common elements are positive emotions, relationship, meaning, and purpose. And then accomplishment is not present in the previous one, but I think it could be linked to personal growth and environmental mastery accomplishment. So the one that is really missing in this PERMA model is the autonomy aspect.